Hello, friends! Welcome to Coding Garden with CJ. Welcome to Code Katas, episode 41. This is the 41st one. Welcome, everyone. If you're new to the show, you can visit github.com/codinggarden/code-katas. Here you can see all of the solutions from the past 40 episodes. This is the 41st episode. If you look in the description, there's a link to all the past episodes as well. And if you're new to Codewars, you can go to codewars.com, and this is a fun site to practice your coding skills. They range in difficulty, so they go all the way from an 8Q, which is actually very easy, up to a 1Q, which is extremely hard. Tonight, I think we're gonna take it easy. I think we're gonna do some simple ones. We'll solve them in multiple ways. But it has been like 2 weeks since I streamed, so I'm probably a little rusty. So yeah, welcome everyone. Let's say hello. Oh yeah, and so Unhot in the chat mentioned 1Q. I actually didn't finish the 1Q that I started in episode 40, but we're gonna leave that for another time. Not tonight. We're taking it easy. We're just gonna say hello to everyone. We're gonna catch up because it's been a while. Let's say hello. Hello, Brian. Welcome to the show. Hello, hello. Hello, Kevin. Welcome. Hello, ATD. Yeah, I think you were the only one in the chat, at least before it started. And hello, Luke. Welcome. What's up, Alka? It's been a while. Yes, I'm alive. And I haven't gotten, I guess, the emotes working in this view over here, but that's okay. ATD says the biggest difficulty is navigating the Codewars UI. I'll show you real quick when we get started how I navigate it, but yeah. And yeah, Ran, 35,000 subscribers. We've done it. You and you and you and you and you and you and all the people watching. And what's up, Daniel? Welcome. Hello, it's Sarah. Welcome. Oh, look at that. Multi-part Twitch emote. That's cool. No, the FBI did not there's no reason the FBI would need to catch me. I've just been very, very busy with life. I still have a full-time job. And I've been busy, and hopefully I can stream some more. I want to do another, like, very long live stream, for the 35,000 subscriber celebration, but we'll see. And hello, Ziggy. Welcome. Howdy, Chad. Welcome to the show. Hello. Thanks for the follow, Sarah. Welcome. And see you later, Sacred Gaming. Thanks for dropping by. Hello, Kingsley. Rip. Yeah, and so if you're new here, there are a few commands you can do in the chat. Exclamation mark LED followed by 8 zeros or ones will light up these LEDs. They're not that easy to see. What if I do that? Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's probably good enough. I don't know. And then there's also the Connect 4 game. And right now it is Twitch's turn. If you do exclamation mark C4 and specify a column between 0 and 7, you will play the Connect 4 game. And hello, Andrew. Welcome. All these wonderful, wonderful people I have not seen or heard from in a very long time. It's great. Let me turn off Flux before that gets too weird. Yeah, it was affecting it slightly. I missed you all as well, ATD. Thanks for coming. Hello, Kevin, first timer. Welcome. And what's up, Raul? Welcome. Kingsley, welcome. OMG, hello. And hello, Stetsera from Italy. That's great. Oh, well, thank you, Alka. Much appreciated. Yeah, I in the 2 weeks of not streaming and also working from home every single day, I had not shaved. I had basically just been sitting on the couch for 2 weeks straight. But yesterday I cleaned up a little bit. Much appreciated. Yeah, new haircut, new stream, new Katas. And what's up, Merchan? Yeah, it has been a while. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Minaj, after a very long time. Yes. Dana Chu, what's up? And hello, Mahidra. Happy Holly... What? I don't know what that is. And hello, Unhot. We're not going to do a 1Q. I don't think so. Hello, with mics. Welcome. Yeah, 35,000 subscribers. That's crazy. Very crazy, but you can look on my channel and see 35,100. So I hit 35,000 a few days ago, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Never thought it would happen this fast, especially this fast. But yeah. Where have I been? Working. That's about it. And hello, Master Jobs. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Alan. Heart ATD. More like they worked you like a dog for 2 weeks. I mean, I do it to myself, I guess. I don't know. It's not that I'm working 24/7. It's that I work all day and then I'm exhausted and don't really have it in me to stream. So, yeah. Is everyone here safe from the coronavirus? That would be an interesting poll. Okay, I mean, so there's 41 people watching on YouTube and roughly 14 watching on Twitch. Does anybody here, is anybody watching, do you have the coronavirus? That's an interesting poll. We have like 0.000000001% of the population. Raise your hand if you have the coronavirus. I don't. I have quarantined myself to my house. I rarely leave. Dang, Ziggy has it. um, I work at a software consultancy. I build full stack applications and do architecture and stuff like that. Hello, Beck from Virginia. I think that's where that is. Welcome. Hello, Inayakun. Welcome. And hello, Pratham. Safe as can be right now. Trying to avoid overly crowded areas and washing my hands a lot. Exactly. That's exactly what I've been doing. I, like, probably a month ago, I stocked up on plenty of canned foods, dry goods, and frozen foods. Not because I think the supply chain is going to break down, but because I don't want to have to go to the grocery store where there's lots of people and people coughing and sneezing and stuff like that. So I have all I need to just stay here right at home. And I walked to the park today because it's like 2 blocks from my house. But I kept at least 50 feet for me and any other people, so I'm staying safe. And hello, Majestic. Thank you. It has been a while. And hello, Luta. Welcome. I have reached escape velocity. I guess so. Andrew Lane says there are over 200 confirmed cases in New York where I am. Wow. Okay, so I made this thing. It's called Where's COVID, and it will detect your location and then tell you how many cases. Oh, I forgot. I'm using a VPN. So because I'm using a VPN, it thinks I'm in Los Angeles, California, but currently there are 177 confirmed cases and 172 active cases in this part. So if you go to this website, it used to be a lot better in the US because the place I was getting the data from used to report like city level data. Now it's just reporting state level data. So it's not that accurate. Yeah, 21 cases in Texas. They're actually here. I guess I won't do it, but yeah, the font size should be huge. it's responsive. It'll get as big as your screen is. Yeah. But I'm using the data source that this map is using. Yeah, ArcGIS. Yeah, so this is where this is where I'm getting the data from, which is ArcGIS. And we can see in Denver, last I looked, there were 27 reported cases. Oh, that dot is bigger. Let's see, 34 cases. Well, not Denver, in Colorado in general. And if we look in Texas, 21 confirmed cases here. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely using VW units. Yeah, and let's look at New York. For being such a... Oh, you know what? Yeah, the dot is there instead of on New York City. 220, and that's not New York City. That's the entire state of New York. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a thing. But yeah, I'm staying safe. I'm trying to avoid contact with people, and that's about all you can do at this point. So, but did I share that link in both places? Yeah, go to that link that I shared. Yeah, I shared it there too. And then if you scroll down, there's a link to that map that I was just showing you. You can look around at that. Oh, Holi. Oh, it's an Indian festival. Okay, I didn't know that. The Festival of the Spring and Festival of the Colors. Speaking of the spring, I did not realize that there was a time change for those of us in daylight savings. Sunday, the time went forward, and I had no idea. But it's spring. It's spring forward. It is a celebration predominantly in India, but also spread to other areas. That's awesome. Well, happy Holi to you as well, Mahidra. Thank you. All right, no coronavirus. No. Augustine has the coronavirus. Stay out of public places. Eat lots of soup. Drink lots of fluids. Wash your hands. Be safe out there. Ooh, someone died in New Jersey. That's not good. Yeah, I mean, same here. I mean, the only reason I would leave is to go to work, but I can work from home a lot. So, yeah. It has been a while. Eternal Dev Coder, welcome. Oh, wow. Rashado says their university got closed. A lot of places are just closing because of public safety. Like, when you get a lot of humans in a condensed area, sickness spreads. So if you close down schools, if you stop large gatherings from happening, it'll prevent the spread of the thing. So, yeah. ATD says, my mom is traveling to Ireland next weekend, and I linked CJ's Where's COVID to use. Oh, that's good. Yeah, but like I said, the data isn't the best. It'll at least tell you the state or the country that you're in, how many reported cases there are. Yeah, I don't. I use VS Code, Kingsley, so you'll see me. We're gonna code in a bit. We're just catching up. It's been a while, but I use Visual Studio Code. If you do ! VS Code in the chat, you can get a link to all my extensions and settings and stuff like that. Oh, Keith landed in the garden thrice. Okay, when the leaderboard comes back up, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, me too, Luta. No worries. I stay at home all the time anyways. The thing is, though, I used to order food, like delivery food, all the time. Like, at least 5 days a week. And I have not ordered delivery food in, like, 3 weeks. I've been cooking all of my meals. So, that's a good result of me, of this, of being home all the time. So, am I going to talk about my mobile app? Yeah, I should, absolutely. And actually, yes, because I can get beta testers. And you know what? I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to create a sign-up form. Because I already have it, like a basic version of it. Let's see, what's in here? Okay, we're going to create a new form. Coding Garden app beta tester sign up. Let's call it alpha tester because the app only does one thing right now. It sends push notifications. Let's get rid of that. We just want not a title. Text input. Not a section. Form description. Sign up for the Coding Garden app alpha test. Coding Train is not here. No, it's just me. Coding Train is in, the top button. It's interesting. This emoji is actually the bacterium emoji, and viruses are not bacteria, but it's as close as we got. All right, this is going to be a text question. Short answer. Name. Name is required. Email is required, and this is also a short answer. And then lastly, we need to know your platform. Are you, well, no, this is multiple choice. iOS, or are you Android? I think that's all we need. All three of those are required. I'm not going to limit one response, just behave. Send a link, shorten. There we go. Okay, so if you would like to try out, and actually, I mean, I think I can run a push notification test right now, but I'm going to send this link. Send it, link it. Again, let me just copy that. Sign up here. I will not spam your email. I don't do that. The app just sends you a notification when I go live. That's it. At least right now. We started working on a mobile app when we were doing the Coding Garden community app. But that kind of went by the wayside. It is now March, and I did want to revamp it. But here's the reason. The reason I made an app like this is I may stop streaming on YouTube. I may start streaming exclusively on Twitch. And when I do that, I am potentially going to have less viewers and people aren't going to know that I'm live because they're used to watching me on YouTube. So I've made this app so that you don't have to depend on the Twitch app notification or the YouTube app notifications. I will send a push notification to you when I go live so you can absolutely know. So sign up for alpha testing here. So if you would like to use the app, go there, and I'll send you a beta or an alpha test invite. You can install it, and then we can test the push notifications. But the main reason of the app is to get a push notification when I go live. And I have my reasons, but the main reasons for no longer streaming on YouTube are their API. I'm having issues with their API. I'm having issues with YouTube themselves. They don't have the same live stream features as Twitch. So yeah, I'm still gonna upload my videos to YouTube after I stream on Twitch, but it's gonna be 24 hours later. So yeah. And hello, Bob. Welcome. Hello, VJ. Hello, Pablo. Hello, Sean. Yeah, Seattle was the first place it happened, so that's probably where the most cases are for sure. Yeah. 202 miles. Should I worry? Probably, because it might actually be closer than that. And the thing is, those are just reported cases. Like, honestly, the coronavirus is everywhere. It's just not being reported as much because people just think they maybe have the cold or something like that. But it's a virus. It's everywhere. Yeah. You can click on US to limit the other datum to US. Wait, does that give us city level data? Okay. What was I about to do? Oh yeah, where's COVID? Get up to and then we'll click on this link. Oh yeah, let me wait for it to load. I made this Chrome extension today. Turn up the sound. Click it.
Why you do this?
So that's Ed from DevEd. And he posted a green screen video, and I made a Chrome extension out of it. Okay, what are we doing? We're limiting the datum to the US. You can click US on the left to limit the datum. Like a chroma extension. Yeah, so I chroma keyed the video.
Why you do this?
But you can go to any website and click the button and he'll just pop up. Oh.
Why you do this?
That's a bug. Oh, no, it's because I scrolled. It's always going to be in the bottom right corner.
Why you do this?
Okay. Click here. Oh, I see. It limits all the data on the right to the US. That's cool. We'll keep that open because it's interesting. Yeah, there's some in Missouri. It's all over, for sure. DC. What about DC? Ten reported cases. And hello, Imphy. Welcome. Danielle says hello. Hello, or Danielle from Guanajuato, Mexico. Huge fan of your work. Have a doubt about Now versus Heroku. The Now option is a lot of more config work. How is that you're using it instead of Heroku? Once you get the configuration down, it's pretty easy to use. And they actually work in different ways. Now used to be very similar to Heroku, but in Now version 2, it works off of serverless, whereas Heroku will still actually spin up a server for you that stays up and eventually goes to sleep. But I've gotten used to the configuration. Yeah, we went 1 hour forward. Wow. Yeah, exactly. It's a mess. It's a mess. Underreporting and not enough tests, all that good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I missed you too, Chad. I ate what? Oh yeah, I can't see the original message. In my state, there are like 100 confirmed cases, although school and work is functioning as always. It probably shouldn't though, because it's just going to spread more. Oh yeah, I haven't really read up on it much. I don't know. It could have been like a government created bioweapon. I don't know. Oh wow, they're forcing you to use PHP Storm? Why can't you use just whatever you want? That's weird. Yeah. Living healthy for sure. Oh, John says they made a Brain F to Java translator. Very interesting. Leaking the entire... Yeah, I'm logged into a separate account. Let me see what you were able to see. I don't think it was anything. I looked, right? We got that. Yeah, you couldn't see anything. Mirchan says they got a job as a student TA for an OOP course. That's awesome. I was a huge influence, so thank you, Mirchan. That's awesome. Great work. Yeah, the scientist. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, if you go to any, well, no, I went to Whole Foods. What was I getting? I was just getting like snacks, but the entire hand sanitizer section was wiped out. But I did, well, for the almost. I got some hand sanitizer wipes, which are pretty nice. Supply and email regex just for fun. No. Hello, Reed. Welcome. Hello, Pocho. Welcome to the show. We're just hanging out. We've been live for like 20 minutes. We're just saying hello to everyone, catching up because it's been a while. We're gonna solve some code katas pretty soon. Oh yeah, John's saying they got the flu. Maybe it wasn't the flu, but still, I'm glad you're doing okay. Um, or wait, or are you doing okay? You said you got very sick. Are you doing better? Let me know if you're better. The email will be used to invite you to the alpha for the app. And that's it. I don't do spam. It's just not something I do. Like if you have ever logged into this website, I have your email, but I don't send people emails. I just don't do that. It's not me. This camera is on the Connect 4 game and the LEDs over here. Um, yes, if you're yeah, so if you're requesting it for Android, then it has to be Gmail, but for iOS it can be anything, I believe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and that's the reason I don't have a sub button on Twitch right now is because I stream on both YouTube and Twitch. And on Twitch, when you are an affiliate, there is an exclusivity agreement or an exclusivity clause where you're not allowed to stream simultaneously to other places. So when I start streaming exclusively on Twitch, I will enable subs and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean it's great the fact I have absolutely built up a large subscriber base on YouTube, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and I will still anything that gets streamed on Twitch is going to get uploaded to YouTube. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, awesome. The app right now is built with Ionic and React, but we can talk about that because I may end up putting these features in the Coding Garden community app. It's just I wanted to get that out there. I wanted to get the app out there soon because I may switch to Twitch soon, and I can't really wait because I people getting live notifications is crucial for me uh, getting viewers and potentially making money on Twitch. Yeah. Oh wow, the teacher was giving lessons on Twitch. Wow, why wouldn't they use like Google Hangouts or something like that? But that's still pretty cool. I didn't record it. I'll probably build a new one. Like I said, it's just like to get it out there now, and then I'll eventually build another one. Cool. Oh wow, Denmark has all the schools are closed for 14 days. Wow. For the name field, it's just a nickname. When I send the invite, it has me put your name in, so just a nickname or your full name, whatever you want. Let's click that button.
Why you do this?
Um. Oh, this is a good question. Can I solve my code katas using pure functions? I want to learn. Yeah, let's try it. We can definitely try it. Okay. Yes. It's not in the store yet, but you can download the Chrome extension for the why you do this from GitHub. I'll send you this. And, oh, hello, client telephone. It's been a while. Time to move to Wyoming. Oh, that's true. Oh, there we go. So in Colorado, there are 34 reported cases. But if you just look at the map of the U.S., where's the place with the least amount of cases? Yeah, like right here, Wyoming, Idaho, or like with no cases. Other than that, you're never like more than 300 miles away from a city with reported cases. Yeah. And hello, Aman. We're going to do code katas. We've been live for about 30 minutes. I think it's time to solve some katas. There's a lot of chats that I didn't get to catch up on, but feel free to just send those messages again. What are my thoughts on DigitalOcean? It's cool. I've used AWS because I already have all my billing and everything set up through AWS. An AWS Lightsail is very similar to DigitalOcean Droplets, but it's cool. They're both infrastructure as a service providers. um, oh, thanks, Siggy. Yeah, welcome. Oh, yeah. So anyone watching on the person watching on YouTube right now, if you're watching on YouTube, please go over to Twitch. If you don't have an account, create an account. And then click that follow button. Actually, let me see how many followers I have on Twitch. Because I'm close to 2,000. That's something to celebrate, right? Yeah. We are 90 followers away from 2,000 on Twitch. So join us on Twitch. Because pretty soon, yeah, thank you, Alka. Alkabot. Because pretty soon, we're going to be Twitch exclusive. All right, let's acknowledge the follows. Then we're going to start writing some code. Thanks for the follow Unhot. Thanks for the follow Ratchedopt. Thanks for the follow Cold Sun 195. Hello to Teddy. Hello to Gulam. If you're in the chat right now and you say hi, hello, good morning, good evening, it'll show up in this tab, so I can at least recognize it and say hello. And hello, Andreas. It's been a while. Quick follow-up question regarding now. I created an Express API and I can only upload/update it using the CLI. Yes. I think like with now, the only way to deploy is with the CLI, I believe. I think that's what you're asking. And thanks for the follow, Kraken14632. And thanks for the follow, Alien Wanting Films. And thanks for the follow, Greasy Woot. Andrew got approved for a .bot domain? That's pretty cool. Twitch exclusive? I'm sorry, Topher. And hello, Topher. It's been a while. I just have... I've been having issues with the YouTube API and streaming and just things in general. I'm still going to upload videos to YouTube afterwards, but yeah. And eventually I want to create just my own website where I can have live chat there. So instead of requiring you to log into Twitch, you could just go to this site and chat there with an account for that site. That's not Twitch, but I'll still see it because I'm live. Eventually. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. And hello, Jake. Thank you. Blue Beast Zone is Aman from YouTube. Welcome. All right. Okay, Topher. But yeah, I'll still upload. The uploads to YouTube will be 24 hours after the streams, but yeah. Laravel. I've never really used Laravel, so that's the thing. $70 a year for a .bot domain, so that's interesting. And thanks for the Twitch follow, Kevin Evans. All right, here we go. Let's write some code. And after I'm done solving this kata, someone remind me to invite everyone to the app alpha. Please remind me. Wait, before I get started. And thanks for the follow, Matt Silva and Kevin Evans. Thank you, thank you. It's a Corona. That's good. Yes. React scope. All right, let me share this the invite again. Is it in here somewhere? Yeah, here we go. Sign up for alpha testing. It's a very basic app that I will send you a push notification in this app whenever I go live. That's the main purpose of it. I mean, eventually I can show my videos. Eventually it'll be very similar to the app we were building for the Coding Garden community. And actually, I'm going to launch the app right now. And see. Yeah, and so it actually has, I guess you can't see it, but it has the Twitch live stream embedded in it. And then there's a settings page where you can turn push notifications on and off. So that's cool. All right, thanks for the follow, Kamal Hanzai and Spencer. Welcome to the show. Let's solve some katas. Now, like I said, we did want to start easy. We have some suggestions for some 6Qs, which I think we'll do, but we'll start first with, let's start with the 7Q. And I'll show you how to navigate the Codewars website. So over on the left here, you can choose your language. I just do JavaScript, so I'll leave that there. And then I like to show ones that I have not trained on. And then I like to sort by most completed. So the thing about Codewars is a lot of the problems that are here are user submitted, so they don't always have the best problem descriptions. And by sorting by most completed, it's the ones that most users have completed, which means that maybe the description is probably fairly easy to understand. Oh, I'm echoing. William is asking, what kind of problem do I most have struggled to solve? Problems that involve like very heavy computer science algorithms, just because it's been such a long time since I had to do anything like that. Oh, do it from C#? That's a fun idea. Remind me after this one. We're gonna do one JavaScript one at least. Let's look at this one. 2 oldest ages. The 2 oldest ages function needs to be completed. It should take an array of numbers as its arguments and return the 2 highest numbers within the array. The return value should be an array in the format second oldest, oldest age. The order of the numbers passed in could be any order. We're gonna do this one, just because I don't want to spend time voting or anything like that. But I know what you're thinking. Just sort the array. There's potentially a better way, because sorting has in-log-in complexity. Best case. But we could do it without sorting. So here we go. 2 oldest ages. This is a code pin created by the wonderful Alka. You put in a Codewars slug, a Codewars ID, and it'll give you back all the information about it. But I use that information because I like to solve these locally. It allows me to run it multiple times without having to depend on their website, because sometimes it's pretty slow. But their website is cool because you can write your code right here and submit it. But, oh, just click it? Does that work? What do you mean? Oh, there we go. I was like, where is that? Yeah, this. Okay, nice. I like that. Good feature. Cool. So yeah, we're gonna solve it locally. We're just gonna take this function, throw that right there. We basically have, given an array of numbers, we have to return the 2 highest numbers in the array. And there are no example tests, so that's a thing. All right, let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to do it the way that probably a lot of JavaScript developers will solve it, because for some reason, I don't know if it seems like it's a JavaScript thing, but a lot of JavaScript developers reach for the sort method that's built into arrays. And this is one where you could solve that. So what we could do is sort the array highest to lowest, and then return the last, or sorry, let's do lowest to highest. Return the last 2 values in the array. Right? Easy peasy. Sort it. It's now in sorted order. The last 2 values are going to be the 2 highest values. Yeah, and I think it depends on the JavaScript engine in terms of what method is actually used for the sort function. But let's run our code. So as an example, if we pass this array in, we should get back an array with the values 8 and 2 in it, like that. So if we say 2 oldest ages, pass that in, that should give us back an array with 8 and 10. Okay, so I'm going to start up Quokka, which is a nice little tool that will run my code right here inside of VS Code. And we can see that right now my function is returning undefined. So that's great. So let's sort the array. And like I mentioned, the JavaScript arrays have a built-in sort function. So we can actually, let's do this. Let's create a sorted array. Say ages.sort. But with sort, let's see what this gives us back. We will need to pass in a comparison function. Yeah, so you can see that by default, it's not actually putting it in the order of the values of the numbers. It's actually treating these things like strings and then using their Unicode values to sort them. And we don't want that. So what we're going to do is pass in a function that returns certain things. Let's look at a comparison function. So if A is less than B, so if A comes before B in the sort order, and we're sorting from least to greatest, then we're going to return -1 because we want it to be before B in the sort order. If B is less than A, then we're going to return 1, because that means that A is greater than B, and it should come after it in the sorting order. And otherwise, they're equal, so we're just going to return 0. So if we return 0, then that means they go in the same place in the sorting array. Merchan says, that is crazy. Why the heck would the normal sort not be the default? I don't know. And hello, yeah, CJ. Your name's CJ too. Welcome. Cool. So this is the sort function, and this should give us an actual sorted array. And what I wanted was least to greatest, and I got that, right? If we wanted to go greatest to least, we could swap this around and do 1, -1. That goes greatest to least, but I do want least to greatest because now we can just return an array with the last 2 values there. So return an array with the last 2 values in the array. Let's do this. We're gonna do it the long way, and then I'm gonna show you some shorter ways to do it. And actually, yeah, you're right. The sort method actually does modify the array. So if we don't store this in a variable and we just log that, it's actually sorted. So that's a good point. Thank you, ATD. It modifies the array that you're calling it on. If we didn't want to modify it, we could create a copy first. Okay, so we have an array. We want to push in the last 2 items. So we could use like array pop. So I could say result.push ages.pop, because that's going to remove the last one. But then that puts it at the end. I also could like slice the end of the array. Let's do it the manual way. So we're going to say ages at ages.length -2, because that's the second to last one. And then this will do ages.length -1 because that's the last one. And then if we return the result, we get 8 and 10. Great. But we can do so much better than this. So first of all, let's look at this this sort function. What you see people commonly doing is if you're working with numbers, instead of returning, like doing this check and then returning -1, 1, or 0, you can actually just return the difference of the 2. Because this function doesn't care if it's like -10 or -20. If it's negative, that means that that number will come before the other one in the sorting order. So what you can do is just return, I think I want B minus A. No, I want A minus B. And what that does is if A is greater than B, it's going to be positive. If A is less than B, it's going to be negative. And if they're equal, it's going to be 0. So that works the same. And then, because now we have a very simple arrow function, we don't even need the return keyword. We can just do this. So that's great. And let's talk about this right here. So there are multiple ways to like get the values out of the array. I think a more fun thing to do would be to get a portion of the array that is the last 2 elements in the array. So we could say return ages dot, I think is slice. Yeah, so slice is a function which will copy the values out of an array, but you can give it a starting index. So I actually want to give it ages.length -2. So that way it will start 2 from the end, and that gives us the last 2 values in the array. So that's great. And then we can, yeah, and so that's a good point, AJ, and hello, AJ. That's another thing we could have done up here is if we called pop on it twice, then it actually would have been reversed. But if we reversed it, we would have gotten them in the right order. Yeah. But I am just going to turn this into a one-liner, because now we can just do this. Because that will sort it and slice it all in one go. We can write it like this. Yeah. And who was it that was asking about pure functions? It was motivation maxed out. So I have a question. Kamal Hunzai says, arrow functions are not functions. They're functions. Arrows are they're called fat arrows or fat arrow functions. In other languages, you might call these lambdas. But in JavaScript, this is a function. It is functionally similar to the function keyword. There's a lot of differences, but functionally it works the same as a function. So it is a function. It's not a lambda or anything else like that. It's a function. But there are other implications. They are man functions. Okay. Nice. And Merchan is mentioning slice also accepts like a negative value, so it'll take the values from the end. So if we try this with just a -2, then that actually returns the last two values in the array. So see, if we increase the value, we get more and more. So if we pass in -2, that will give us the last two values in the array. Great. Okay. My question to you, the viewer, is this a pure function? And if not, why? And while you're thinking about that, yeah, let's talk about the real difference. So arrow functions have no this. You cannot change the this value of an arrow function. It has lexical scoping, meaning the this value is always the this value of the things around it. You can't ever change it. Arrow functions, you can't use the new keyword on. Yeah. And so there's a couple other things. But okay, so Andrew says, no, this is not a pure function. And he's saying it's not a pure function because we're mutating ages. Yes, so this is tricky because this function is built into JavaScript, so you would have to either look at the result or know that sort actually mutates the array. So the simple fact that we are mutating the value that gets passed in here means that this is not a pure function because it's modifying things that belong to the outside world. And if you don't believe me, let's do this. Let's put this in an array. And then we'll pass it in. And then if I log it after I've called the function, you can see that the array, the array was modified. You can see that it's in sorted order. So the simple fact that this toOldestAges function modifies the reference value that was passed into it makes it a non-pure function. So what can we do to make this a function? Oh, I didn't know what you were saying, Kumal. But yeah, okay. So in the chat, what can we do? Yes, and because in JavaScript, all reference values are passed by reference, no matter what. And primitive values are always passed by value, but arrays or objects, which is a reference type, so this is always going to pass the reference. Okay, in the chat, how can we fix it? Yes, you make a copy before you mutate it. So if we want to turn this into a pure function, pure, insert, what's that meme where the guy is like feeling his face? That's the meme right here. So what we can do is we can make a copy of the array. And there are multiple ways to copy the array. So my go-to is actually to call slice. So if you call slice with no arguments, that makes a copy of the array. And then it sorts it, and then it returns the last two. But now, again, if we log the array before and after, it stays the same, right? We don't sort it. So this is absolutely a pure function. Now, and so let's talk about what other people were mentioning. The newer way to create a copy of an array is to spread it. So what we could do is we create a new array with all the values of the previous array. So this spreads the array, which creates a new copy. Then we sort the copy and slice that. So by doing this, this is now also a pure function because we're not modifying things from the outside world. Cool. The spread operator, yeah. So this ... means to take each and every value inside of this array and put it into this new array that we're creating with brackets. Yeah. How do you get the console log? This is a VS Code plugin called Quokka, Quoka, Quokka.js. Natrogene. What does that mean? Motivation Maxed Out is asking, what do I think about Uncle Bob saying to do only one thing per function? I think you have to be pragmatic about it. So Uncle Bob is the guy that wrote the Clean Code book. Just search for Clean Code and you'll find him. Um, and yeah, he wrote the Clean Code book. Um, and one of the things he says is functions should do one thing and one thing only. The thing about that is if you're ever working on a large problem or you have a very large code base and you have lots and lots of tiny little functions, the code can actually get very confusing because when another programmer comes along that's trying to understand the code, it's a lot of context switching to say, okay, this function calls this function, and then this function calls this function. That's a little cumbersome. What he also said in clean code is to name your functions well. So if each function is named well, then it can exist in isolation and you can know that even though it's just a single function, you know what it does. So it might potentially be easier to follow. But I think that's where it breaks down is if you have so many functions, the code actually becomes harder to follow because you have to piece it back all together. So I think be pragmatic about it. You shouldn't have like 200 line functions, but you should be pragmatic about it. And let's see Alka's solution. I like it. I see what's happening here. I like it. That's a good point. Yeah, Greasy Boot is saying in this case, it's still pure because this is a shallow copy of the array, right? If this were an array of objects and we were potentially modifying the objects that were inside of the array, this wouldn't be a pure function anymore. If you do JSON.stringify and pass that into JSON.parse, that technically creates a brand new copy, and it's like a deep copy. It's not very performant, especially for like large things, but technically if you did that, then it would be truly a pure function. Yeah, we can talk about sort for sure. So if we look at this example, so this is the classic comparison function, and this is basically what's happening. And if you look at the sort function on MDN, it shows you this is how it works. You compare the two. If A comes before B in the sort order, you return -1 because that means in the resulting sorted array, it comes before it, so it's -1. If it comes after it, meaning it's larger than the other, you return 1, and if they're the same, you return 0. So the way to shortcut that is to just subtract the two. Because it doesn't matter if this is like -5 or -10, or if this is 1 or +100. If it's negative or positive, that's what tells this sorting algorithm where it comes in the sort order. So that's how that's working. I did not finish that. We're going to do that another time. We're taking it easy today. In the spread operator itself isn't necessarily required in React. What's required in React is that you do not modify state. You return copies of state, and the spread operator helps with that. But there are other libraries that can help you create copies of state instead of using the spread operator, because in a large code base, the spread operator is actually very cumbersome. Yeah. Uncle Bob. Oh, hello, Meek from the Philippines. Welcome. Yeah, so Majestic Guy says, it's a nightmare spending hours figuring out what the 2,000 individual functions are doing. Yeah. Yeah. I have not read the entire Clean Code book, but when I first started my career in programming, I definitely had it and read bits and pieces of it. And I went to an Agile conference and a VS Code Live conference, and I saw Uncle Bob speak like twice. I used to call you the lost kid from China. Is paying for Red Codewars worth it? Yeah. Technically, your functions will execute faster. I don't know if I've even noticed a difference, but I do like supporting them because I use their app a lot. Interesting. A cellular autonoma with a 300-line function. Right. So Mark is saying it doesn't have to be -1 or 1, and that's what we get here. So by doing this, it's either negative or positive. It works in the same way. Deep cloning. It depends on the JavaScript engine because we don't actually know. I mean, we could look up what is the sort implementation in node.js, which is where my code is running right now. But in general, the complexity of sorting algorithms, like at the best case, is in log n. You can look at the Big O cheat sheet, and it shows you all the common sorting algorithms, and you can see that the Best case. Yeah, best case time complexity for sorting algorithms. Um, well, right. There are certain algorithms where the best case is actually in because if the array is already sorted, then you only do one pass. So like Tim sort, and I guess technically a bubble sort implementation that doesn't do any swapping on the first pass is technically big O of in. So okay, it could technically be big O of in, but for the most part, best case is like in log in, but it depends. Hello, Gabe, who says, thanks for making such excellent videos. They've inspired me a lot to take my web development practice to a higher and more serious level. That's good to hear. Thanks. Thanks for the kind words. Mark is saying they use merge sort. So if we look at merge sort, best case here is nlogin. And hello, Code with Dinesh. MIPS assembly. I do not do that. ATD is asking, do I always prioritize trying to write more readable code over using the latest and greatest features that may make your code more terse? Yeah, I try not to do things that are terse. That said, the longer and more often I do them, the less terse they look to me. But they may not necessarily look less terse to other developers. So that's something you have to think about as well. I try to I try to constantly think about if I were to come back to my code in 6 months or a year, would I be able to understand it without like banging my head against the wall? And that's the code that I try to write. Hello, Gustavo, and hello, Kingsley. Tommy is asking, do arrow functions work like bind? In a way, if you use bind to bind the value to be the lexical scope of the function that you're in, then it's working in the same way. Because arrow functions, they cannot be bound. You actually can't bind an arrow function. You can't change its this value. It always has the this value of the surrounding code. So technically it has the this value of the executing function. The BOGO sort just shuffles the array until it happens to be in order. Yeah, that's a fun one. Hello, Buggy. Welcome. Are you kidding? Is that a real thing, CJ? Come on. ATD said, I just realized reading other people's code is really hard, something I underestimated. Yeah, I've definitely gotten used to it, having coded for so long, and also having taught people how to code and having to help them debug their code. I have a knack for like reading and understanding other people's code, but yeah. What stage of your career are you in? I don't know. I make a decent living. They trust me enough to work from home. That's where I'm at. I should try using LeetCode. I think I tried LeetCode once and then like rage quitted from just reading the question. Oh, in Australia, that's crazy. Would I create a big real world app with frameworks and stream it? I could. That just takes a long time and takes a lot of videos. I could potentially create a course where it's like project based and we just like make something really big. But yeah. And hello, RabbitWorks. Welcome. It's been a while. Motivation Maxed Out has an interesting question. How can you do testing with Mocha and Chai? Can you do testing with Mocha and Chai using Puppeteer? Is it a mocking thing? You can do like DOM testing using Puppeteer. Yeah, you could like use assert, and then Puppeteer has functions which are similar to jQuery, so you can just like select elements and assert that things have happened. But Puppeteer would be very similar to something like Cypress, which is like end-to-end automation testing in the browser. Rabbit works with the super chat. Is there a message? Let's see. Vue is greater than React. I agree. Funny enough, though, the app that I was working on, I actually made with React. But yeah. And thank you so much, RabbitWorks. Much appreciated. Why is sort so complicated in JavaScript? I don't know. An arrow function translator in Java. Ooh. What does the $sign do? Where? It depends. There's a lot of different $signs in coding. And hello, Joey Devs. Welcome. Come on. Clean code JavaScript. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's crazy. I have a degree in computer science and a minor in mathematics. Oh, I see. Like, maybe this is what you mean, but in like the JavaScript language itself, this is actually a labeled statement. The $sign. I don't really know what it's even used for, but in JavaScript, this is a a labeled statement, I believe. Nobody uses it. Svelte has it in their language, but it's not really even JavaScript because it's just a compiler that interprets that line differently. I don't know, but yeah, that's a label. There's also $sign that is jQuery. There's also the $sign that's in template literals. But yeah. Did I look at your code net? Yeah, no, but I think I have it copied. Yeah, I have it copied. We're gonna get there. Coding garden, more like coding forest. Acceptance testing is possible with Puppeteer. Yeah. Come join the party on Twitch. Yeah, that's right. We have new people arriving on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, please head over to Twitch. Give me a follow and watch there instead, because pretty soon I'll have more of a formal announcement, like on Twitter, and probably I'll do a YouTube video on it and Discord and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, just know that I'm going to be switching to Twitch soon. So head over there, follow me, watch me on there, and eventually that's where I'm going to be doing most of my live streams. I will still be uploading videos to YouTube, but I'm going to live stream on Twitch predominantly. False. Have I heard of Nux.js, and what is it compared to Vue? I have heard of it. I've never really used it. It is a server-side rendered version of Vue.js. So it allows you to use Vue.js on the server side, and it generates server-rendered views, and also views that will behave like a single-page application but have been hydrated with data. It's similar to Next.js, which is the same thing but with React instead of Vue. You are greater than Vue. Yeah, React is cumbersome. I do it daily. I write a whole lot of React code for my job, but it is cumbersome. Managing time working from home. I don't. I watch a lot of Netflix, check Slack every now and then. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, technically, if you go to whyyoudotthis.now.sh, I have a bookmarklet. Why you do this? I have a bookmarklet that you can put on any website. Just you put it in the URL bar, and that loads the script dynamically. So if you do JavaScript, it'll like load it into the page. So that's basically all the Chrome extension does. Yeah, Redux is very verbose. I don't know if you're making the decisions on the team or whatever code you're working on, but check out Easy Peasy. This is what I use for state management in the current React app that I'm working on. And it is a breath of fresh air. So check it out. You can technically like create reducers and do things in a similar way to Redux, but you write your code in this way. You can... It looks like you're modifying state, but behind the scenes, it's actually using immutable data structures. And all of these actions that you create actually still get logged to the Redux DevTools. So you can have the same developer experience with like a third of the code, and you won't pull your hair out. So check that out. A label can be any identifier. Okay. I've tried Angular before. Hello one. Yeah, so this is used in template literals. If you see it like this, you'll typically see it inside of backticks. Hello name, and then we need a variable called name, which is CJ. And what this means is, and this has to be inside of the backticks, but if it's inside of there, that means evaluate this expression inside of the curly braces, and this expression resolves to this string CJ, so now it says hello CJ. So if you see the $sign there, that is template literal expressions. Only I can make testing fun. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have a schedule when I transition to Twitch. I've always wanted one. I can't say for sure. And hello, Shirkum. First time live. Welcome, welcome. And thanks for the follow, I'm Bertman. Welcome. And thanks for the follow, Nazmul. And thanks for the follow, PvP Kill 99. Welcome. And thanks for the follow, Octave Keys. And thanks for the follow, R Maroni 7. For sure, yeah. So Nuxt and Next are good for search engine optimization. Do I use TypeScript with React at work? I do, yeah. Thoughts on Microsoft's semi-new Verona language? I've never seen it. I'm intrigued. Research programming language. Explore the concept of concurrent ownership. Okay. I realize this is a research language, but they've lost like 90% of programmers with these first three questions. So Project Verona is a research language that is inspired by ideas from like Rust and Cyclone. Yeah, I know like Rust has a totally different memory management model. Interesting. I have not heard of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's similar to Vuex, I'd say that. I guess the only difference is there's a difference between regular actions and thunks, whereas in Vuex, it doesn't care. Like, any action can be an async action. But with easy peasy, you have to explicitly make your thunks. And thanks for the follow, in Reshow, and thanks for the follow, in XGig. Tired sysadmin. Sorry you're tired, but they have a question. My brother is a software engineer for a large company and works in Angular and Java and some vanilla. He has very little CSS knowledge. Is it possible to work in JS and a JS framework without that foundation knowledge of CSS? Yeah. A lot of times when you're working on these apps, you might be using a CSS framework or a component library where you actually don't have to write much of your own styles. It's built in. So yeah, I know a lot of programmers that just get away with doing that and not necessarily knowing CSS. So yeah. It's called Quokka, Quokka. Quokka.js is the extension that shows the code running. Microsoft Rust. Compartmentalizations. I haven't tried Reason. Yeah, and hello, Adam. If you do, in Ollie, if you do !VS Code, you can get a link to all my extensions and settings and fonts and stuff like that. No plans to do Tensor.js. I think Svelte is cool. And thanks for the follow, aka eBomb. Hello. When am I going to talk about the audio API? What is the best CSS framework right now? I have no idea. Bootstrap is extremely popular. Yeah. I'm not ready to submit my solution, though. I want to look and see what Alka here has done. So this is... Oh, it's a self-executing function. We're going to format it. That's a beautiful solution, Alka. Yeah. Let's put the result and just log it. That works. So let's talk about how Alka solved this thing. So we digressed. We went pretty far away from this. But this is the problem we're solving. We're given an array. We need to return the two highest values in the array. So look at how Alka solved this. He's a smart fella, I tell you. So first, we find the largest value in the array. So what we're doing is we're calling math.max, and we're using the spread operator to spread these values as arguments to the max function, because max actually accepts multiple arguments. It doesn't accept an array, it accepts multiple arguments. So this spreads all the values of the array to pass them in as the arguments to the max function. The other thing you could do is you could use either call or apply, but this is doing a similar thing. So what that will do is that will give us the largest value in the array. Great. Now what we do is we create a set with all of the ages. And the way this works is a set is a data structure that does not have any repeated values. So one of the issues with, well, one of the things you may come across when solving this problem is the two highest values in the array might actually be the same value. And I don't think I've accounted for that in my solution. There we go. Apply will take an array. Yeah. But technically we could call and spread the value. I don't know. Apply is the one. Const defines a variable. So instead of var, const creates a variable that can't be reassigned. It could potentially be mutated, but it cannot be reassigned. But okay, a set will get only the unique values in the array. So that way, if the max was there twice, we only see it once. We then remove the oldest one, so that way it's no longer in there. And then we take the values of the set and find the max one, which is going to give us our second max one. And we found our two values without sorting the array. That's a great solution. Is it possible to make a 2D game only using JavaScript? Yeah, check out Pixie.js. There's like JScript in Unity that you can use. There's some other HTML5 and JavaScript game engines. Yeah. Oh, I see. Didn't consider the unique values. Just delete a value. Yeah. Okay. Phaser.js. That's the one I was thinking of. And hello, Sean. Welcome. Thanks for the follow, Igor New. And someone from Twitch played the Connect 4 game finally. Cool. Thank you, Kevin. And thanks for the follow, Ashtatic. Can we see how many followers I'm at now, Alka? Okay. Before I submit a solution, I want to solve this using a single for loop. Nice. Thank you, Alkabot. And hello, Ariel. Welcome. Yeah. Does the two same oldest not consider the two oldest? I don't know. What Alka is saying here is that's a good point. And I don't know if they clarified that. Because it could be. So I think technically, if the number was repeated and it is the highest number, that this solution would not work because it would only give us one. But regardless. And thanks for the follow, Mr. Darkside. Yeah. Time complexity of .max. I would say big O of n because it has to look at every value to find the max value of all the values. So I would say big O of n. Okay, I'm going to try to solve this using just a for loop and a few variables. So let's do it. This isn't an official coding garden stream until Doc comes in here and tells you super advanced ways of doing things while trolling you at the same time. It is so true. Like, Doc is a huge troll, but he's also an extremely smart person who like helps a lot on the stream. But yeah. And Juan is asking, are Project Euler good exercises to improve my programming? Yeah. I like Codewars, but it's very similar to Project Euler. I just realized my my break timer is not running. Yeah, Ashtatic is saying, as a beginner, I always submit naive solutions with a reasonable complexity and learn from other people who have solved it, for sure. And we're going to try to do that now. We're going to solve this in big O of n. Let's say technically this solution is a big O of n. Okay. I'm going to create two variables. And they're going to need to be let because we're going to reassign them. We're going to call this second largest. And that's going to be ages at 0. And we're going to have largest. And that's going to be ages at 1. Then we're going to have a for loop that goes from 2 up till the end of the array. And so we're iterating over ages. Okay, so what we're going to do right here is, so we've just assigned the second largest to be the 0th one, and the largest to be the first one. But we first need to check and make sure that that's actually true. So I'll say if largest is greater than the second largest, then we actually need to swap these two. Oh, this is ages. Cool. And thanks for the follow, Marcus. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Oh, well, it would technically be... no, I don't think max is a constant runtime, because it always has to look at every value in the array, right? With the spread, it would be big O of 2n, but that simplifies to big O of n. What does the new do when you declare a variable? Did I use new anywhere? New is usually used to create an instance of something, like with object-oriented programming. Yeah. Have I played Screeps? Nope, but I've watched people play it before. Stooge sort. That's the other thing we could do here, is implement our own sort function, but yeah. What's with the theme colors? I don't know, maybe I have a typo somewhere, but this is very weird that these are different colors. I don't know why. The difference between let and var. So let variables can be reassigned, and we're about to do that. So if the largest is, if the second largest is greater than the largest, we need to swap these two. So I'll say temp is equal to largest, and then I'll say second largest equals largest. Wait, do I need a temp variable? I don't know. And largest equals second largest. So I actually need my temp variable to be this. Temp, like that. So first off, right off the bat, of the first two values in the array, we have the largest and the second largest of those two. And if we look at this array, we should have the values 1 and 2. So let's see. We have second largest and largest, 1 and 2. Awesome. So that's a good sign. Now, as we iterate through the array, we're going to check against these other values, and if they're larger, then we're going to replace them. So that's the plan here. This isn't an official computer program until all for loops use I, J, and K. Oh, Alka's solution because you use new set. I see. Yeah, so set is known as a constructor. So set is like a blueprint for creating this set data structure, and new creates an instance of it. Like it creates a set with these values, and the new keyword will recreate the instance. But look into like JavaScript object-oriented programming to learn more about that. Is there a way to create a dynamic array in JavaScript like in C++? I'm not familiar with dynamic arrays in C++. In JavaScript, all arrays are dynamic in that you can basically change the length by putting new values into them and stuff like that. But yeah. There's an official way of swapping now. You're right. Let's do it the official way. Oh, wait. Is it official, or it's just destructuring? Like this. And if we log the two, one and two, right? And if we were to change this array to have 2 and 1, it should still give us 1 and 2 as the second largest and the largest. Yeah, so this is another way to swap. It basically uses array destructuring to swap without a temporary variable. So that's a thing. Yeah. There are no tuples in JavaScript. And hello, Morning Sage. You have arrays and objects. Yeah, you don't really need tuples because you can just return an array with a bunch of values or an object with a few properties on it. Yeah. I know primitive values have constructor functions, but you can also do new Boolean true. Would the latter be used to convert primitive values to objects? Yeah, technically, yeah. There's a weird thing that happens. Let's look in the dev tools really quick. if you do type of, can't you do like new boolean with true? Yeah, but if you do the type of this, you get back an object instead of a primitive. But you have to do like value of to get the actual boolean inside of it, which is weird. It's weird. Let's not talk about that. Oh, there's another way to swap two variables. Whoa, that's interesting. Does that work? What is that even called? That did not work. Did I do it right? Oh, I have to do multiple lines. So largest equals second largest. Second largest. And then do this again. There we go. Is that bit shifting? What is that? Oh, that's true. And hello, Shaggy. We also could just pull them right out of the array. You're absolutely right. So I'm using an extension called Quokka.js. And that is the thing that runs the code inside of VS Code, Quokka. Quokka, Quokka.js. Hello, Shaggy. And thanks for the follow. What's up, Doc? There are tuples in TypeScript. I guess that's true. Does the form an index.html as an input? I don't know what that means. Oh, it's an exclusive OR. Weird. Let's talk about why type of null is an object. What else would it be? And hello, the real Pygon, who says, ew. Yeah, we're not going to do this exclusive OR thing. That would never fly in a code review. We'll do that. I made a basic version of the app just because I want to get it out there. So yeah. I vote for a Quokka command. And thanks for the YouTube sub, Lucas. Hello, John D. Okay, we made it this far. So we've swapped the two values. Now we have a new value, and we have to compare it to our second largest and largest. If it's larger, we overwrite them. So yeah. Quokka is freemium, so I'm still using the free version. If you want to use it with libraries that like import module, I mean, pretty much any JavaScript code that's importing modules, imports modules, you have to use the paid version. But like in this code, I'm writing all the code myself, so I'm not like pulling in my own external modules or anything like that. And hello, Jorge. It has been a while. It's been a long while. TZ39 tried to fix the null equaling object bug, but it broke. Yeah, like it would break everything on the web. Everything on the web thinks that null is an object. I did not finish the robot arm. I'm about halfway there. It's got little servos. Some of you might have missed the stream, but we're making a robot arm that you're going to be able to control from chat. Yeah, it's going to be great. Okay. I've written code that checks to see if, because I want to differentiate between undefined and null. And so I'll check to see if it's an object, because I know that it could really only ever be like null, undefined, or an object. I don't know. And thanks for the follow, precepts. Okay, how are we going to do this? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. So we'll say if value is greater than the second largest value, then we can say second largest equals value. Great. But now we need to basically do this comparison again and say if the second largest is greater than the largest, then swap them. And then when we get to the end, we're just going to return an array with second largest and largest. Does this work? It works. And we're not modifying the array either. So here we go. This is a big O of n solution that finds the two largest values in the array in one single pass. There you go. Put a second if statement with the first if statement. I don't want to perform the second if statement on every pass. I do, though. I do. Because I could have potentially overwritten the the second largest value with the new largest value, which is potentially value. So I want to check that. And hello, Nahal. I believe this is right. So I'm gonna submit this solution. I only want to perform if the second largest is set to the value. Oh, good call. Well, yeah, okay. So I can put it inside. Yeah, I think like that. That's what we want. Does it still work? It still technically works. We'll see if I messed up because when you run the code on Codewars, it'll run it with multiple different inputs. And thanks for the follow, Salty Sea Cow. And hello, what's up, Doc? We're not really building anything. We're solving Codewars code katas. So if you go to codewars.com, you can find coding problems to solve. And if you go to github.com/codinggarden/code-katas, you can see all of the katas that we've solved in the past. And if you look on YouTube, I'm live on YouTube as well, and you click the link in the description, you can see all past 40 episodes. This is episode 41. We've been doing this a long time. Let's submit our solution. We did it. Cool. And you can see how other people have done it as well. So sort it, return the last two values. Sort it, return the last two values. Sort it, return the last two values. Max and last max. Sort of similar to how we solved it, but they're starting last max at 0. Oh, reminder for the C# kata. We might do that. This particular problem had no test cases, which is unfortunate. But usually, there's randomized test cases when you do the final submission. But usually you have some basic tests to work with. Yeah. You should, Alka. What do you want to teach me? But that'd be great. I could be the noob on Newbie Tuesdays. But someone mentioned earlier that I should try solving one with C# just to see if I remember. I'm down. I'm gonna do my next one. I'll do an 8Q, like a super easy one, but I'll see if I can do it. We do need to finish that Twitch bot. Oh, and YouTube just won the Connect 4 game. Great job, YouTube. Solve one with whitespace. Hello, Acid Spark. Is whitespace the name of a language? Let's see. Interesting. So they solve this in a very similar way, but they set their initial values to infinity rather than setting them to the first two values in the array. Oh yeah, and I'm going to do that too. Okay, so that was great. We did a kata. Awesome. Here's what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to find an 8Q in C#, and I'm going to try to solve it. We'll see if I remember C#. I did C# professionally for years. So we'll see if I can solve one. Would I ever consider doing a code golf? I know there are like official code golf competitions, and potentially, if you look at some of the older Code Wars, Code Katas episodes, a lot of times we try to solve things in one line. Like we solve this very verbosely, but I mean technically this is like a one-liner solution. I don't know. Code golfing is interesting. And hello, Pocho. Let's take a quick stretch. What will happen to Connect 4 when I switch to Twitch full-time? Ask Trickham. We're going to allow people to either join the red or the blue team. And we'll have something else here that displays whose turn it is. That's the plan anyways. Okay, we're not going to vote on that. What was I going to do? I'm going to send out the beta invites. Okay, let me hide my screen. Turn the drop game on. Oh, the drop game is on. Great. And we're going to invite people to the beta for my app. And then I'm going to send a test push notification. You can tell me if it works. There's this. Oh, wow, 29 responses. There's some trolls in here. You smell. One. You know, I thought of that joke of actually sending a push notification with just the value 1, because that's what Samsung did. I think I'll do that right now, actually. I have it for both iOS and Android, so hold your horses and I'll send some invites. You smell. What a diss. Someone also submitted fart. That's not very nice. Be nice, people. Okay, let's go. Hello, LJ. Not much. I'm about to send out some invites to the. Really, it's not even alpha testing. It's like internal testing. Separate email addresses with a comma. What's the best way to do this? It's just a very simple app I'm creating where I can send push notifications whenever I go live. That's the plan. Development in production grade test. Cool. Um. Oh, Magic SK, which I think is Majestic Eye. It has to be a Gmail account. Yeah, it has to be a Gmail account. Someone sent me a non-Gmail account. That's not you? Okay, well, somebody sent that. And it's the most similar to your username. Yeah, it is. Well, it didn't like it though. I don't think you'll get an email. There's actually a link that I'm gonna need you to click right now. So let me see. Actually let me try adding that email. Yeah, because it could be a custom Google domain. Oh, okay, that worked. Yeah, it's not a G Suite because it's throwing an error. Okay, so this is for the Android users. If you are an Android user and you submitted the form earlier, you can click this link. If you didn't, then this link will probably say access denied. So if you're an Android user and you submitted the form earlier, click this link. It'll take you to the Play Store and you can install the app on Android. Next up, I'm going to do it on iOS. If it works, I'll probably send out a tweet with the sign up form for beta testing. Maybe I need to click save? What? Oh, I have to click save. Sorry. I clicked the save button. Try again. Yeah, if anyone submits the form right now, I'll see your latest values. I can always send it again. Try again. I just click save. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, there you go. Majestic Eye has the form to submit it. The one that Majestic Eye just submitted should be it. And for iOS, you need to go to the App Store and install an app called TestFlight. Okay. And I just added all of the iOS users. So, if you submitted and you have an iOS device, install the app called TestFlight, and then once you've installed TestFlight, you should have it available to you. You might also have to check your email. Yeah. Like, these are just the silliest trolls. They're like grade level trolls. I didn't even see. But there are several several very troll emails that got submitted. Regardless, I mean, I don't know. If it's not your email, then oh well. Oh well. Does it take time? I don't know if it happens immediately. There's no save button on here. It's a pretty small app for sure. Yeah. There shouldn't be an app link, I don't think. Huh. Oh well, you know what? Here's a public link. If you have an iOS device, just click this and you can install the app. I think I can have up to like 10,000 users anyways, so yeah, if you have an iOS device, just click that link and you should be able to add it. Okay, let's see, was there anyone else? A couple more Androids. Let's see, Shaggy. I'll add you now. That's a cool email, Shaggy. Is that a real email? I need your actual email to be able to invite you. This beta isn't accepting testers. What? What? +1+ downloads. That's so weird. Okay, you can add in. Let me see. You can add anyone to this group, and they can test builds using. Let me see. Do I have builds enabled? Yeah. So there's a build on the testers group. It's a public link. equals 1. Yeah, I mean, it says no builds available. I don't know. Maybe try downloading App Store Connect for iOS. There's also an app called App Store Connect, and you might need to accept the invite there. Also, check your potentially your Apple email versus the email that you submitted. Yeah, and I'll show you really quick. I've been approved for external testing. So I've got the app. It's approved for external testers. And then under this testers group, I just added everyone's email. That's also the link that I submitted. I don't know. Oh yeah, the new feature says an emoji for sure. Let me see. See you later, ATD. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's been fun. I think probably after this next kata, I'm gonna go. So we solved 2 katas today, but that's fine. We're having fun. We're hanging out. Oh, look at that. What happened? When I posted the link to the app, it's empty? So no one got the link? Is it just an empty message? While in App Store Connect? Oh. I've said my name before. It's fine. It's still probably really hard to find me anyways. Okay. You got the iOS link? Let me share the iOS link one more time, and then I'm going to send a push notification. At least all the Android users will be able to see it. Okay, did that link work? That is the iOS testing link. Okay. Try clicking that. Challenge not accepted. Okay, Andrew. Cool. Maybe because it's on mobile? Let me send it in Discord really quick. I'm gonna put it in. Oh, I'll put it in the live chat channel. Oh, and thanks. I forgot to send a message on Discord. Oh yeah. Well, thanks. Andrew Lane sent it as well. Cool. All right. Did that work for anyone? The beta isn't accepting any new testers right now. That's so lame. And hello, Shiny Coffin. Welcome. Greasy Woot says, I added my iCloud email to the form. Did it work for you, Greasy Woot? Oh well. Well, I'm gonna send a push notification right now. So anyone that's watching, I have not sent one yet. I'm about to. And I'll show you how I do it. So I'm using Firebase Cloud Messaging, which is pretty cool. So let's create a new notification. The title is the number 1. The notification text is the number 1. And actually, what's cool is these can actually have emojis in them. So let's send a 1. Isn't there like a 1? There we go, 1. This is that thing. Samsung sent this push notification to like all Samsung users the other day. And yeah, okay. So if you have the app installed, you need to go to settings, and then just check live stream notifications because I'm gonna send this to the um, live stream topic here. So if you're subscribed to the live stream topic, you should get this notification. Are you ready? Is everyone ready? Raise your hand if you're ready. If you have the Android app installed, if you have the check mark on um, live stream. Okay, Alka's ready. And Pocho asks, will I upload this to YouTube? Yes, I will. E. All right, here it goes. Publish. Let's see if I get it. Yeah. Got it. Got it. Got it. Nice. So that's the idea. It's gonna be it's a very simple app, and hopefully the push notifications actually work because I know a lot of people have said that they don't get notifications on Twitch, or they don't get notifications from YouTube, or the notifications are delayed. And ideally, if we have this app, I can send a notification when I go live, and it's more likely that you'll be able to tune in. It didn't work. Are you on Android? Weird. Oh, did you never got the email? Oh, there is no email. Just a second. For Android, there is no email. There's a link. The one emoji. That's weird that it doesn't have my app icon though. It's fine. I'll send the link right now. Yeah, mine has the icon too. Oh, there it is. Andrew just sent the link. So if you submitted your email earlier, you can click this link and it will work. That's weird. I'm going to send one more test one. What kind of Android device do you have, Impy? Do 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 do. Made by Xiaomi. Interesting. I'm gonna send one more and see what happens. And hello, Finbach. Welcome to the show. We're not really writing any code right now, but we're testing. We're testing a mobile app that I made. I added some people as alpha testers, and we're gonna test this push notification. The apps are using Ionic, which is actually a hybrid mobile application framework. Didn't work for me. I feel like a tester. That's good. So this is interesting because it's like it's a web view with your application running in it rather than like native UI elements like React Native. But they support React, Angular, and they're working on Vue as well. And I chose this because it's just web development. It's actually very easy. But I may not use that in the long run. Oh yeah. Well, I did have to set the app. No, actually, did I? I feel like there's an app permission you have to set in the App Store. Yeah, and I wrote it in React. It's very basic. All right, who's ready for me to send another notification? I think there are a few people that added it. Should be installed. Okay, make sure to go to the settings view. And actually, I can launch it in the simulator real quick to show people. I've done native development before. But this particularly is just like hybrid mobile web development. They are web views, but there are a lot of applications that work in this way. And I think so. Like, I'm gonna add live chat. I'll add like a list of recent videos, different things like that. News. It'll basically be the Coding Garden community app. But yeah. Oh, I don't want that. I want app. Run. Gradle project sync failed. There we go. Gradle sync finished. Let's go. It's not on my GitHub yet, no. So this is it. It's very basic. If you go to the live tab, this is frozen right now. Oh, because it's relaunching it. That's why. A nice little splash screen with the Coding Garden logo. Error. What's happening? Why is this so slow? I don't know if you can hear it, but my laptop sounds like it's about to take off. In my previous tests, it was not this slow, but there's a tab where it has the Twitch live stream embedded, and then if you go to the settings page, you can enable live stream notifications. That's the one that I'm about to test, so make sure you check that box. And I'm going to test the notification now, but right now it's super basic. It's a very basic app. All right, here we go. Yeah, I mean, on all the physical devices that I've tested. Oh, Infi got it. Cool. And I got it too. And if you click the notification, it should go into the app. I don't think anyone was able to on iOS was able to install it at all. Yeah, I'll have to work on that. Andrew didn't get it. Well, you know what? That's very lame. um No, I want to use one code base because I want them to both have the same features, and when things change, I want them to change in both places. So yeah, took a bit longer. That's so unfortunate. Like, I guess it's because like okay, like Firebase Cloud Messaging has to technically send the message out to everyone, and that might be taking a long time. Maybe it's like doing it in batches. Because it does say it was scheduled. Completed. Still didn't get it. Oh, if you have the app open, you won't get it. I forgot to mention that. If the app is open, you're not going to see a push notification. Okay, yeah. It has to be in the background or totally closed. Cool. Alka got it. Had it open? Okay. That was the issue. Well, you didn't know, so it's not bad. Cool. All right, so that was fun. At least it works for a few people. Envy says they only had it when they had it open. Really? Seems like an odd design choice. You mean not getting the notification when the application is open? Technically you can, but I think it's actually an Android thing where it doesn't show it, if not. Oh. Yeah, Impy got it, right? Could have a shared backend with different front ends, SwiftUI and Kotlin, requesting the data. Yeah, that's kind of what React Native does. I don't know. I want one code base. An internal app notification when it's yeah, that's what I need to do. And I can do that. But the app is going to get bigger. There's going to be more features, which is why. Oh, chat manager bug? It's a possibility. Okay, so that was a fun little detour. Let's just remind ourselves of this.
Why you do this?
Why you do this? We are going to try to solve a problem with C#. Let's look at this one called multiply. This code does not execute properly. Try to figure out why. And we'll do it with C#. Wow. I can figure this out. I know enough C# to figure this out. So right now we have this public static function called multiply that returns an integer and takes in two integers. And now it's currently returning AB. That's a syntax error. We want to return A times B. Yes! I am a C# developer. Cool. Let's find another kata to solve. It's a little bit harder. We're gonna do C#. And most completed. Even or odd? Opposite number. That was for babies who just barely opened their eyes for the first time. Okay, even or odd. Let's look at all these, and actually let's see how many I can. Let's put a stopwatch on. Let's see how many I can solve before I don't feel like not solving them anymore. Stopwatch, go. All right. This one. Create a function that takes an integer as an argument and returns even for even numbers or odd for odd numbers. Let's try it in C#. So we have this static function called even or odd, takes in the number. Let's go full screen. C# has if statements just like JavaScript. And it also has the modulo operator. So I can say if number modulo 2 is equal to 0, return even. And I believe in C# my strings need to be in double quotes. Otherwise, return odd. And also, semicolons are required. So let's try it. Invalid expression term equals we don't need triple equals in C#. Yeah, only single. Because in C# there's only one equality thing. It's not like JavaScript, which has multiple. Nice. Attempt. All right, one down. Submit final. Yeah, and so in C# and like C++, single quotes are for characters, double quotes are for strings. Always double quotes for strings. Okay, very simple. Given a number, find its opposite. So just return that number times -1. We can do this. Oh, Andrew finally got the notification. That's good. Let's take a quick stretch. So this actually just goes to show if you know JavaScript, you know a whole lot of of C#. And see you later, Kevin. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate that. Have a good night. We need to return number times -1. Nice. Shaggy says, I don't know JavaScript yet. Okay, you get an array of numbers, return the sum of all the positive ones. Okay, this is getting a little trickier. We're going to have to write some loops. So we want the sum of all positive numbers. So we need a for loop. It actually works very similar to JavaScript. And we can actually use the var keyword in C#. That got added to C# like right when I stopped using C#. So var I equals 0, while I is less than array. I think there's a built-in length property on arrays. So this should be fine. Then we need a place to store the sum. Use link. Oh, I'll try that afterwards. Okay. I'm sure it's fine in C#. Well, var, yeah. So I can you use let in C#? I don't think you can. But var gets the type from the right-hand side assignment. So because I say sum is equal to 0, this is going to be an integer. Capital L length. Okay. It's not generic. It uses the type of the thing on the right-hand side. So this is the same as putting this as an int. Like that. And then we can do our check. We'll say if array at I is greater than 0, we can say sum plus equals array at I, and we're going to return the sum. Abdelali is asking, why would you use var? A lot of people don't like it. But you would use it to make your code potentially simpler? I don't know. And usually on the right-hand side, you might have a function call or something like that. So it might imply that it's of a certain type. But I know of a lot of people that do not like the var keyword in C#. Okay, let's try it. It compiled. Attempt. Yeah, and it's not dynamic like JavaScript. Like once you put an integer in there, it can only ever be an integer. All right, let's try another one. Find the smallest integer in the array. All right, I think we can do this. Oh, I didn't use link. I guess we can try to use link for this one. I need to look up the link syntax. Let's do C# link, which is the language integrated query. It's very cool. The data source, the query. Whoa. Since when does link look like SQL? I've used it that had like lambda functions with like callbacks. No, this is link query. I'm looking at the wrong thing, aren't I? LINQ. Does it really? Yeah, this is what I'm used to. Yeah, so it's important you can choose to write your query syntax, use above, or use yeah, I'm used to the method syntax, which is a lot more functional like. So you say like data source dot some link function, and you can pass in a lambda. Yeah. Okay. So how would I solve this one using link? Is there a reduce? I'm just going to solve it with a for loop again. So I can say smallest is going to be args at 0. And then we, again, have a for loop. I starts at 1, while I is less than args dot capital length. Thoughts on server-side Swift? I've never used it. If you know Swift, then that probably makes sense. Just like because I know JavaScript, node.js makes sense for me. Args.sort.min. I'd probably do it. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. If args at I is less than the smallest equals args at I. Return the smallest. Yeah, if this works, I'm gonna try to use for each. Why do I put a comma after I'm? That is weird. But yeah, let's try for each with like the, I think is a language integrated query thing. So we can say args dot capital for each value. Does it work like this? Can I give it a function body? Let's see. And then we just have our same comparison in there. If args at I is less than smallest, smallest equals args at I. For each var thing of thing array. I guess if I do this, I can import system.link. Oh yeah, value right there. Using system.link. And that should give us for each, right? Using. Using. Everybody knows. Okay, let's see. Does this work with the for each? There is no argument given that corresponds to the required formal parameter action of array.forEach. Oh yeah, smallest equals. Yeah, that definitely needs to be that, but am I doing anything else wrong here? Like, do I need parentheses? I should probably just look up link for each to see how they do it. C# link for each. So args is an array that's coming into this function. And then I'm calling for each. Do I need parentheses? I don't think I need parentheses around the argument of the function. Did I just beatbox? I might have done that by like trying to unconsciously. Does it have to all be on the same line? Like this. Let's see. Oh, do I have to say toList first? Or it should just work on arrays. Where are my link people at? What do I need to do here? And why can't I find a better resource on link? Like, both of the resources I found on link were showing us like the SQL style syntax. I didn't want to see that, and even then I didn't really see good examples. What's up with that? But I want to use link. I guess we could say toList. You really can't do this. I can do this. Potentially you have to convert it to a list before you can use those functions. But technically, oh, for each that's built into the array gives us the array and then the action. I see. So if I convert it to a list first, that should work. But it looks like there is a for each on the array, which you're given the array and then the action. I think. Oh, no. Array dot for each like that? Using system.collections. Oh well. Oh well. We have to, basically, if we want to use, at least right for now, if we want to use link, we have to convert it to a list first. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. System.collections.generic. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. Attempt. All right. Return negative. In this simple assignment, you are given a number and you have to make it negative, but maybe the number is already negative. Ooh, tricky. Okay. We've been writing C# for 13 minutes now. Well, thank you. Thank you. If number is less than 0, return number. Otherwise, return number times -1. I am a programmer. There we go. Eternal Dev Coder has it. If the number is negative, just return the number. Yeah. You technically could take the absolute value and then return -1. Let's try that, because that would always work, right? See you later, CJ. Thanks for hanging out. Return math.abs with number times -1. Do I need to import math? Or no, that's like system.math, right? Cool. That works too. Attempt. I guess I could technically pass in, well, yeah, put a negative sign at the front there. That should work too. Yeah. Cool. All right. So in 15 minutes, we have done let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the other one 6. So we did 6 8Q problems in 15 minutes in C#, mind you. Let's move up to 7Q and see if I can do just like 1. Use bitwise operations in 2's complement. 2's complement. I don't know what that is. Learn BF. It sounds like a horrible time. If you've ever seen it before, it's a weird language. Search for esoteric language BF, and I think it should show up. It's a bad word. 2's complement is how negative numbers are internally stored. Interesting. Okay, let's try to do this 7Q, which is a vowel count. Return the number of vowels in the given... Brain fun. I like that. Return the number of vowels in the given string. A, E, I, O, and U are vowels. I think we can do this. We can do this. Brain funk. Okay. I believe strings are iterable, and like strings have a length. So I could just use a for loop, right? Be careful with the pronunciation. I think it's a function. I'm gonna look up the documentations for strings in C#, but I think there's a length function you have to call to get the length. C# string reference. My eyes. Why is this so hard? I want to learn about strings. String class.
Why you do this?
Okay. A char array. In C# it is called a string though. Um, okay, we can look at properties. Oh, it does have a length property. Never mind. So we can't just use dot capital length. Cool. And I think I want to use a dictionary. Because I can create a dictionary. Well, do I need it? Yeah, a dictionary of all the vowels, right? Dictionaries are fun. I remember having fun with dictionaries. And a dictionary is like the closest thing you can get to. Let's look at this website. Tutorials Teacher. Is this like the W3 schools of C#? But dictionary is like the closest thing you can get to like a JavaScript object. Oh, if in? We can use the in operator? Contains? All right, I want to use a dictionary. Do I have to import anything? And I believe we can use like initializer syntax to just put all of the vowels into the dictionary. Hello, Sebastian. Woo! The NBA suspended the season? Seriously? For each var I in... Oh, I see what you're saying. Or do I? But because strings are iterable, we don't have to do a normal for loop. The NBA seriously suspended the games? Wow. I want a dictionary because I can just say, is this letter in the dictionary of all possible vowels? That's why I want a dictionary. There's an is vowel function in C#. How does for each work? Is that how that works? C# log to console. Should probably use an array. But then you'd have to search the array for the vowels. That's why I want to use a dictionary. What's the equivalent of console.log in C#? That's Java. Console.writeline. Okay, that's the one I want. All right, let's see if this just writes out all the letters. Nice. Yes, but array.contains will need to search the array, whereas a dictionary is just a constant time lookup to see if it's there. So what I want to say is if vowels dot has letter, we'll look up the method name, then vowel count plus plus. Letter dot is vowel. Is that a thing? C# is vowel. Yeah, because see, they're doing this like index of stuff. I don't want to do any of that. Letter dot is vowel. I feel like these people are writing the is vowel function. Because see, they're doing contains, and again, that it has to search it. No, we're gonna use a dictionary. Stop it. We're gonna use a dictionary. Yeah, because this is creating like a character array and searching the character. Watch me. We're gonna create a dictionary of vowels. vowels. Hold my beer. It's a new dictionary of character to Boolean. Do I need to capitalize that? And I think I can use like initializer syntax. No, we can just say, hey, dictionary, do you have this vowel, or do you have this letter in there? And if they do, oh, it's bool. And then we need to say using system.collections.generic, because that's where the dictionary is. How does initializer syntax work, though? C# dictionary. Here we go. So you use curly braces and then comma separate the values. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, parentheses, and then, oh yeah, I forgot that's a thing. A lot of C# developers like to put their curly braces on the next line, like that. Like that. And like that. But here we can say, A, true. Wait, no, then we use curly braces. And do we separate them by commas? Yeah. E. I. O. U. What a waste of a line. Putting the curly brace on the next line. Awesome. I think that goes like that. Yep. And then you can say like dictionary dot all right, yeah, I want to look up dictionary and I want to see what methods it has. Contains key. That's what I want. Because then I can just say, does vowels contains key letter? And if so, increment the vowel count. There we go. Done. Putting a brace on the next line is good for people who get paid per line. I did it. See, I told you I would do it. I told you to hold my beer. I did it. But let's talk about why I like this versus saying like array.contains. It's not. So a dictionary is it keeps track of the keys, right? So when you're looking up a value in a dictionary, it's a constant time lookup because it's like a hash map. So that's a constant time lookup to say, is this value in here? Whereas if you have an array, or if you have a string, when you say .contains, it has to search over every letter to see if that letter is in there. I don't think it's iterating through the keys. I think this is a constant time lookup because it's like a hash map. The banter is so entertaining. I don't think so. Why aren't we using a hash map? Is there a hash map built into C#? Okay, let's... I'm pretty sure, like, my entire C# career, I was like, contains key is a constant time lookup. Premature optimization for a 5-value lookup. But we got to use dictionaries. Like, the thing is, this is how I would solve it in JavaScript, though. I would create an object where the keys are the vowels and the values are true, and that way you can just say vowels bracket letter. C# dictionary contains key complexity. What is the complexity of these dictionary methods? Yeah, contains key and add are constant time. But it looks like there's a hash set data structure that I could use, which is basically what I want. Yeah, so contains key is constant. Whereas array.contains is big O of n. And Stack Overflow said so. So I don't have to click any of the links and verify that. We can just go with what Stack Overflow says. All right. That was fun. Final submission, and then I'm going to get out of here. Submit. I wonder how many of the submitted solutions actually use a dictionary. Oh, wow. Look at this. So the solution itself imported link, so I think they wanted you to use link. So we say string.count. I see. So this is a link method that will count every one where it returns true. They should grade you on runtime speed as well. Yeah, they don't usually grade you on it, but some solutions will time out, and you have to solve them in a performant way. Control tab? Yeah, I do control tab all the time. So this is interesting. Count will count every item that returns true, and this is a lambda function, and then we're just saying, is that character inside of this string which has all the vowels? And hello, Stephen Yeet, welcome. And so every time it returns true, we're gonna get the total count. So that's interesting. And here instead of contains, they're using index of, so that's cool. Here they're using a regular expression that gives you back the number of occurrences or the number of things that match that regular expression. So that's cool. Did anybody else use a dictionary? Hello, Aravind. Yeah, this is funny. They created a character array instead of just a string. Do I know the OSI model? Is it worth learning as a software developer? I'll tell you right now. Sounds familiar, but no. Open Systems Interconnect Model. Mastermind with the raid. We're actually just about to leave, but welcome everyone, and thank you for the raid. Welcome to the show. Yeah. This was an interesting stream. Welcome. And everyone should definitely check out Mastermind if you haven't yet. He does streams where he teaches, and they have a online coding bootcamp. Check them out. Yeah, OSI is for networking. I would say it depends on what kind of software development you do. I learned about this in college. I took a networking class in university, and we learned about the OSI model. And software developers are typically at the presentation and application layer. Like we're way up on this model where all the underlying details we don't really mess around with much, unless you're building like a server from scratch that sends packets across the wire, then you'd be at like the transport layer or whatever. But the question was, does this matter? I say no. Not really. Not for like a web developer. Yeah, Mastermind says, congrats on the YouTube subs. Appreciate that. Yeah, we made it to 35,000 subs. That's crazy. And thanks for the follow, Guardlock. OSI, yeah. Mr. Waffles knows OSI. That's good. Yeah, it's for networking. Does your app pull cable? No. But today was an interesting Code Katas episode. And see you later, Infi. Thanks for hanging out with us. Because I solved one in JavaScript and then tried to see if I could solve them in C#. Because I used to code in C# like 5 years ago. And I haven't done it in a very long time. And I solved like 8, was it 8, 7 or 8 8Q problems in C#. without really looking things up. And then we just solved this one, which is counting the vowels in a string, which is a fairly basic problem, but solving it in a language you don't know is fun and interesting. Looks like nobody else used a dictionary. Yeah, so this person used a hash set. That's another thing that I could have used. A hash set it's like a set in JavaScript where you can't, all the values are unique, and you can just check to see if it's in there. And that's a constant time lookup. So yeah, cool. But thanks for the raid, and thanks for those of you that stuck around. Like I said, we're about to finish, but this was the Code Katas episode, which I usually do every Wednesday. You can check it out on GitHub. If you go to github.com/codinggarden/code-katas, I basically solve programming problems in multiple different ways, and talk about my solutions, talk about why you would solve it one way versus another way. So you can see all my solutions there. And check me out on YouTube if you'd like to. If you look in the description of this live stream, which is happening right now, there is a playlist with all of the past episodes. I'm going to push the code up. Oh, I didn't, did I? Oh, okay, I'll add it later. You're right, because usually I don't solve them directly in the editor here. But if you click that playlist, you can see all the past episodes where I solve all kinds of problems and stuff. It's fun. Cool. So that was fun. And I'm gonna go because we've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. Sorry to, I guess, raid and dash. I don't know if there's a term for that, but we'll find somebody else to raid. Let's see who's live. Good vibes. Oh, thank you, Nahal. Trevor Blades is live. We haven't streamed them in a while. Let's see. Or rated them in a while. Did we raid this person the other day? I don't know. There's Tim. XFX is playing a game. Talk to Me Gooseman is working with Azure functions, and Trevor Blades is making a website with Chakra UI. All right, we're gonna raid Trevor Blades, but let's see what Chakra UI is. Build accessible React apps with websites with speed. Nice, cool. And Andrew Lane's got the raid message. There you go. So if you're watching on YouTube, head on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/codinggarden. Drop a follow if you haven't followed me yet. I'm getting really close to 2,000 followers. And as I mentioned earlier, pretty soon I'm going to only be streaming on Twitch and not YouTube. So if you want to watch me live, you should absolutely be following me on Twitch so you can get those notifications. But if you go there right now, we are going to raid Trevor's channel. So that's going to be fun. And thanks for the follow, Yellow Bus. But yeah, copy and paste that raid message. Like that. Sweet. Is that how you spell it? And thanks for the follow, my friend. Nice, cool. All right, be super nice, learn about stuff, have a good time, and thanks everyone for watching. This was fun. It has been a while since I last streamed, and this is a nice ease back into it. Hopefully I'll stream Friday. We can do a Q&A session, so tune in for that. And yeah, wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and until next time, here's this.